When I first came to Turkey, I felt so safe here. I felt like, you know what, I really want to live in this country. My name is Amina Ali and I'm a biomedical scientist. I moved to Turkey and I teach kids here.
I'm Bilal, I'm from Germany. Right now I live in Turkey and I work in a robotics company.
I am Hani Masri. I'm originally from Palestine. I moved 20 years ago to the United States because I married Shelly, my wife.
I'm Shelly Masri. I was born in Louisiana, lived in the US my whole life.
Me and my family, we decided to move to Istanbul, Turkey.
My name is Mohamed Jama. I am from the Netherlands. I used to live in the UK. I moved to Istanbul in 2016 after having a knee operation here.
Why Istanbul? Why Turkey? We talked and discussed a lot on why and where we want to move.
We found that people are hospitable, very welcoming. It's a place where we can blend in, we can be ourselves. We also were looking for a place that we can find food, halal food. You have to constantly check your food in the US. I didn't want to have to do this every day.
We moved to Turkey 2 years ago, so for me it was very nice because Turkey is a kind of mix between the Egyptian background that I have and the German society where I grew up. So for me it was a kind of mixture between both.
Yes, life in Turkey is so nice, so easy, so simple. When I first came to Turkey, I felt so safe here. People don't have to have like a certain hour to be home by then. Literally, you can come back 3 a.m. here, totally fine. It's so safe for kids here that you don't have to be with them all the time. Even like if you're adult, you will be able to go out anytime you want and come back late. Where in London, there's a time that you have to be home. You can't be outside after like maybe 9, 10 p.m. It's so easy for me to visit my family back in the UK, less than 4 hours away. I love social life here. It's so nice that you can go out, you can do much. I love how I can hear their call for the prayer. It makes me so calm and quiet and it's so nice. It's just a nice feeling. I've visited Turkey quite a few times before and I really loved it here. It's literally every time I come to Turkey, my holiday goes off so quick that I feel like, oh, I want to stay more. And that's why I decided to move to Turkey.
Here in Istanbul is very diverse. There's a lot of cultures. There are Arabs, there are Africans, there are Asians. It's a really big mix and the people are warm, open, social, very much integrated. When I learned the language, I found it opened more doors up. In the UK, socially it's different. Everyone's restricted to each other. They don't really want to be in a crowd. They don't like to talk, you know. Turkey is very sociable and I really like being here.
People are so welcoming here in Turkey. Turkish people, they welcome like foreigners a lot, that they start making you feel like you're home.
The reason why my parents decide to move to Turkey is that it's much easier to practice religion in Turkey than in Germany. And also I was very excited because I love seeing new cultures and visiting new places.
I had a very successful life, very successful career. But in the very recent years, the difficulties and the struggles we faced started rising. The main things of these challenges was like feeling you don't belong or discriminated against. So sometimes I had to actually fight for my rights to get a new position, though I earned it. One of the instances at work that I would never forget is my manager. He one time told me, literally, openly, that I need to go back to the desert where I came from and learn English and that really affected me. So in the very, very recent years, since I've been living there for 20 years in the US, I noticed the phenomena of Islamophobia was on the rise. And if just the discrimination was targeting me, I was dealing with it throughout the years, but it even reached to my family.
Even though I'm an American citizen, I felt that I didn't belong there. I wasn't always a Muslim, but I decided to study Islam after my brother, who was in the military, he was stationed in Iraq, and he became Muslim. After 11 years of marriage, this is when I converted to Islam, and that's when I really started feeling discrimination, because when I became Muslim, I wore the headscarf, and people would make comments towards me just passing by. Some guy, he doesn't even know me. He just walked by and said, boom, like I'm a terrorist just because I'm Muslim or wearing hijab. I've had comments of people asking me where I'm from. Even though I'm from the US, I would say I'm from here. And they would say, no, where are you really from? I was born here, I'm American. So just feeling like you are an outsider in your own country, it makes you not really want to be there. When your child comes home crying because they were picked on, a child shouldn't feel like that in their own home.
I remember there was one instance where one of the classmates had asked me if I had cancer just because I was wearing a headscarf. And that made me feel like really different and like an outcast.
It's okay. That's why we're not there.
Even though I was American and I went to, American schools my entire life, so even before I was wearing hijab, they would make fun of my name. And after I wore hijab and became Muslim, I was treated even more different. Like I wasn't even American. And that just made me feel like an outsider in my own country. And it was really terrible. I felt like I didn't really belong there, even though it was my country. I felt like I didn't really have a place there, like it wasn't even my home anymore.
You might think that I wasn't discriminated because I don't wear like a headscarf like women do, but I was actually made fun of because of my name. In school, I had a classmate that would pick on me just because my name was different, even though there was nothing wrong with me and we looked the exact same. And it just really made me sad that I was made fun of in my own country.
As a mother, it's really disheartening, and it's sad because you want to comfort your child. You don't really know what to tell them, why people are cruel or why they're acting this way. So things like this, it makes you feel like you don't belong. I don't want to be there. I don't want my children to go through this. I want to be in a place where they can feel like they belong, like they're everyone else, not looked at because of their name or what they're wearing. They can just be themselves and be happy.
I guess if I really had a choice, I wouldn't go back there. even if I miss some things about, you know, my country, the familiarity of it, I guess I wouldn't go.
I grew up in Frankfurt, which is a very diverse city. That's why I didn't really face extreme racism or discrimination. But I hear the story from a good friend that he, for example, applied for a job, and my other friend, which is a German one, they both applied for the same job, but without even looking at the paper of my Arab friend, they accept the German one just because he's German.
Racist is racist. They don't care about anything. No one has a right to discriminate anyone, but obviously they're going to discriminate just to have someone of their nature, you know. I have people that said to me, don't sit next to me. When I used to live in the UK, it didn't feel like home because of a lot of changes that happened since 2016. I've studied aviation management here in Istanbul. I'm currently working in import-export business. I speak several languages, which helps me communicate with customers and businesses. I speak English, Dutch, German, Somali, Swahili, and I know enough to socialize with in Arabic, French, and knowing a lot of languages helps me expand my horizon where I can talk to a lot of people. I learned the language. I prefer the culture here. It's close to my own culture. Even though I have a lot of friends and family in the UK, the things have changed and it doesn't feel like how it used to. And now I prefer it here where I work and live in Istanbul, Turkey.
I have already made friends here in Turkey. I can see myself living in Turkey for the rest of my life and maybe raising kids here.
And actually right now I feel very connected to this country because I have a lot of friends around me in my neighborhood, and also in my workplace I do connections between German and Turkish companies. So I contribute to this society in many different ways. That's why I feel like I'm a part of this country.
The main goal was to find a place to call home, to feel we belong to, and not to feel discriminated against. So far, this feels home. This really feels home.
After living here for 2 years, I feel like we made the right decision by moving to Turkey with our family.
My plans forward is for me and my family to be settled here, have our own home, our own business and income, and become Turks, technically.